It's been reported that the Watford Mayor's office costs £200,000 a year to taxpayers. How will you cut that cost?
Yes, I'm actually determined to making sure that we have better value for money for our residents in Watford. So just to give you an example why I have the bigger plan and strategy of reducing costs. Watford Borough Council at the moment charges the largest council tax rate anywhere across all of Hertfordshire. So for example, in places like Broxbourne, they pay less than half of what we pay for a district or a borough council across Hertfordshire. So there is a big room to have more efficiency and better services at the same time as lowering council tax. And there are a number of elements to the mayoral office. There is the mayor's salary, there is basically the staff and the number of people who are working for the mayor. And I think those all are elements that we have to look at extremely in detail and see what savings we can, because one of the things that I want to deliver is better services for lower taxes, and unless we tackle the 210,000 that you've talked about, then we won't be able to achieve that. One of the things that I have pledged is to have something called Mayor Question Time, where I will be taking questions from the audience. Members of the public will be invited to come, similar to the BBC Question Time or similar to other hustings that we are having now. But I think direct accountability comes with direct democracy, and we have a directly elected mayor, so therefore they have to be directly accountable to people, and I'm going to do that on a quarterly basis.
I would cut that cost by personally taking a cut myself and also reducing the staff in the office, and that's a lot of money to run a small town on that sort of budget. And that's the only thing Dorothy hasn't cut in her 16 years. And when she came in, she offered to hold a referendum as well, whether the Watford people want the mayor or not. That's one of my pledges, which I will hold, and she has failed to hold that in the 16 years.
Okay.
While she's been in power. The other one was to reduce the council tax to the average in the county, and we still have the highest council tax in the county. And this year Watford Council has put the council tax up by another 3%. So she has not lived up to two of her main pledges, and I will hold a referendum, let the people of Watford decide whether they want a mayor for Watford or not.
I'm not going to cut that cost. I think that it's important to give residents value for money, and value for money is not just about the cost of something but the impact it makes. Watford this week has been nominated for Council of the Year. We had our assessment last year, we're told we're in the top 10% of all councils. I think we give our residents excellent value for money, and part of that is about having effective leadership, and that means having an effective Mayor of Watford's office. So I've got no proposals to cut it. We've frozen the cost of that office for many, many years. We'll always look to do things efficiently and use people's money well, but I think the Mayor of Watford is an important role. You need to have a strong office so you can deliver good services for the residents.
So why should people in Watford put their trust in you to be the town's next mayor?
I've got vast experience, and I've lived in Watford. I moved into Watford in 1973 from India at the age of 10. My father came here in the 60s, and I've been in Watford nearly 45 years. And I've served on the council for nearly 20 years. And also I've held various positions on the council. I've been a leader of my group. I'm a deputy leader of my group at the moment. I've held the positions such as the chair of scrutiny and the chair of budget panel. And I'm currently the chairman of the council. That's the old civic mayor role. The person chairs the full council meetings. So I have the experience to chair the cabinet meeting, which a mayor has to do. And I'm well trusted and respected by across all the communities in Watford.
Okay.
And I'm the person I think will be for the many in Watford, not the few.
Well, I've been the Deputy Mayor for a number of years. I've been responsible for our parks, our bin collections, also our leisure centres. So I've got a record of actually delivering services already, and I've got a clear manifesto and commitments for the future. I want to make improvements to our public transport, so better bus services, a bike hire scheme, fight for better services such as expansion and improvement of our hospital, and also be a mayor for everyone. So I think I've got the record and I've got clear vision for the future, and that's why I'm really keen to be the next mayor of Watford.
Well, I feel with my background in engineering and business, I've got the right skills and experiences to deliver for my pledges for our residents, for Watford. I also think that I have the right attitude outlook. So in addition to wanting to work with our brilliant Conservative MP Richard Harrington, the Conservative County Council and the government to deliver for our residents, what I also want to make sure is to work with both Labour and Lib Dems. So I would be reaching out to other parties, other elected representatives in the town hall, so that we reach a consensus on how the town should move forward. Because I think for a long time there has been a lot of squabbling and bickering in the town hall, but now it's time for all politicians in the town hall in Watford to start working together so that we can all serve local people in Watford. It's time that it is less about us politicians and more about ordinary citizens across Watford.
Obviously, being a Liberal Democrat, you've worked very closely with Dorothy Thornhill. Do you think that gives you an advantage over your two competitors in the election?
Yeah, I think it does. I think Dorothy has been an inspirational mayor of this town. I speak to her most days. She's got a huge commitment to Watford. She's delivered, tangible improvements. If you look at Watford's parks, for example, we've got 11 green flag parks, more than any other council in Hertfordshire. She's done those things. She's turned around the town that had poor finances to good, excellent finances. So working closely with her is a huge advantage that I have, and something that I'm very grateful for her friendship and for her support.
You said you've lived in the town for 50 years.
45.
45 years. Do you think that gives you an advantage over your two competitors?
It doesn't, it does. I know Watford all over. I've seen the changes, and the Lib Dems have carried on with the austerity measures which the Conservatives introduced when they were in coalition, and they have cut the services or privatised the services. And my commitment is to keep the services in-house and try to bring the services that have been privatised and provide better services and better value. After 16 years of Dorothy's in office, people are looking for a change. We need a change, and one of my colleagues doesn't even live in Watford. He's renting a room in Watford, and Peter Taylor, he has not been in Watford that long either. I think he's been in Watford 6-7 years.
Okay.
And it's given me vast knowledge to some of the changes and some of the things, such as the money that has been wasted. There was £1 million spent on moving the market, which has been a total disaster. Another 1.3 million on housing benefits, which was overspent, and there's been 4.3 million spent on the parade with the bridge over the pond to nowhere. And this is just sort of the money that has been wasted. 1.8 million spent on consultants when they come and consult the community. Why aren't we consulting the community direct? I will cut all this unnecessary cost. And we lost 250,000 when they tried to build on Watford Fields. The council had to pay that money. These are the things that have not been highlighted by the Lib Dems.
Do you think you have a realistic chance of winning this election?
Yes, absolutely. We have a very good chance of winning this election. Actually, if you look at the most recent election that took place in Watford, it was in June 2017, and the Conservatives came first, ahead of the other parties. The political map in the UK is changing rapidly, because obviously there have been a few issues and there has been a massive referendum a couple of years ago. We've had a couple of general elections as well.
Yep, sure.
So the political map has changed really, really fast. But if you look at the most recent election that has taken place in Watford, that was in June 2017, and the Conservatives came first. And that tells you that we have a very significant chance of winning this election.
Okay, thank you very much for your time and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.